On the 24th of May 2025, Stu and I headed down to Belhaven Bay for a wee surf session. The forecast was looking decent with a 5 foot plus swell, a slightly short wave period of around 7 seconds and cross offshore winds. I managed to catch a wee bit of footage here of this young man on his skimboard as we went to check the conditions. Hi Alfie. We watched this longboarder catching a few nice waves before heading back to the van to get our wetsuits on. We planned to surf from mid to high tide, so we got down there a bit earlier for a surf check and to hopefully get some drone footage. My concerns on the conditions were the short 7-second wave period and the strength of the offshore winds. Getting down to the water was a bit of a challenge in the wind, and we were getting blown about a bit here. I was actually surprised that we didn't see more kids with kites on the beach, but it was maybe too windy to fly them. My worries proved to be justified, and I decided not to put the drone up as there were some really strong gusts and there weren't that many people in the water to film anyway. The strong offshore winds are making the wave selection a bit tricky, as some promising looking waves have been held up and backing off, making them harder to read. The weather in the day was fairly kind to us, with it staying dry, fairly warm with sunny intervals, and the water temperature was very pleasant. It's always nice to get in the water, and there were a few nice waves coming through. I had my usual share of wipeouts on the day, and Stu was finding the conditions a little tricky. There were a few kayakers in the water who were filling their wetsuit boots in those piranha type surf canoes. I've got a big birthday coming up in the summer, and I'll need to get something sorted for a surf holiday. I feel a wee bit guilty that I've restricted the family to surfing friendly destinations over the years, but only a wee bit. I've got a good excuse this year though, so I'm currently torn between the following locations: Morocco, Portugal, Fuerteventura and France. I know, first world problems and all that. If anyone watching this knows someone with a villa with a swimming pool for hire at mates' rates in one of these areas, I promise I'll make up a video to promote your accommodation. I know it's a long shot, but if you don't ask, you don't get. At this point I tried to get some footage of Stu, but he'd been at the gym the day before, was getting a bit tired and sore, and left the water not long after this. Absolutely knackered. To be honest, I was getting a bit tired myself, but I decided to have another attempt at surfing goofy footed. Again, it didn't go very well, and I swapped my leash back over to my right ankle again. This is possibly the 6th time we've surfed down at Belhaven Bay. It's a cracking place to surf and is very beginner friendly, in that it's all beach break with a very shallowly sloping bottom. The waves also tend to be a little smaller towards the south side of the beach and get progressively bigger the further north you trek. The Coast to Coast Surf Shop and Surf School provide lessons and hire out boards and wetsuits. As it got towards high tide, the surf dropped off a little bit, at about the same time as my energy levels, so I decided to catch one in. With another good wee surf, the wind was a bit strong on the day and the faces got a little bumpy as the session went on, but a good time was had by all. Thanks for watching and happy surfing.